Alrighty, folks, we cashed in on 7 winning tickets on my premium page on Thursday. We had Creighton, BYU, Michigan, Milwaukee Bucks in the NBA, Colorado and Winnipeg in the NHL. We also cashed in on a 2-team NBA parlay. And the only way you could have accessed all those winners is to join my full access, all-inclusive Gold Club package. Gold Club members get access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. It's also going to put us at 10-3 in our last 13 Gold Club plays in that membership alone following Thursday's action. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to my free pick video here for Saturday, March 22nd, 2025. My name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks on YouTube since 2016. Of course, if you're on the fence about signing up for a membership on the premium page, but maybe you're curious, maybe a little bit interested, you could use like one play a day. Well, my daily best play is just 6 cents a day for 30 days worth of access. I currently have over 2,240 members who are signed up and active on my premium page as of right now. And with that, folks, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. We're going to start off with that Dayton-Chattanooga matchup. That's going to be an 11:30 a.m. Eastern tip-off. That is in the NIT tournament. So if you're having trouble finding that on your sports book, look for the NIT. That's the JV tournament. Now, Dayton's -3, totals 150. The Flyers are 23-10 on the year. Chattanooga's 25-9. And more recently, Chattanooga got the W in 9 out of their last 10 contests. They're averaging 80 points a game for the entire year. No real surprise, the Mocs are a top 35 field goal shooting team. Honor Huff averages over 14.5 points per contest, 42% from long range. Bash Whelan, he's scoring 14 points a game himself, 84% from the foul line. They're facing a Dayton squad who failed to cover in 6 out of their last 10. Failures to cover against the likes of St. Joe's, Richmond, and Duquesne. The Flyers have struggled rebounding on the offensive end of the floor this year. Meanwhile, on the defensive end, for some reason, their opponents are making nearly 75% of their free throws against them. They're actually 308th in the country in that particular category. Now, total-wise, Dayton games went 8-2 to the over in their last 10. Chattanooga with overs in 7 out of their last 10 themselves. I like Chattanooga +3 over 150. All right, next matchup, McNeese taking on Purdue, 12:10 Eastern tip-off in the Big Boy tournament. Purdue's -5.5, totals 143. Now, both schools definitely with the ability to get to the basket. Purdue's currently 12th in shooting from the field, 16th in shooting from three-land. Trey Kaufman-Renn scores 20 points a game, 42% from downtown. And Fletcher Lawyer, he's knocking down 46% of his three-pointers. Meanwhile, McNeese on the other side, well, they're averaging over 77 points a game themselves, 48% from the field as a team. Javon Garcia averages over 12.5 points a game, 80% from the foul line. And Sincere Parker scores a dozen points per contest himself, 82% from the stripe. McNeese saw overs recently with Northwestern State, Stephen F. Austin, and UT Rio Grande Valley. Meanwhile, 5 out of Purdue's last 9 got over the line themselves. I like the over 143. Next game, Bradley, George Mason, 2 o'clock East. That's the JV tournament, the NIT. George Mason is -6, totals 132. Both schools are 27-8, but George Mason did fail to cover in 6 out of their last 10. Failures to cover against the likes of Richmond, LaSalle, and Duquesne. On the offensive end, the Patriots, they do play at a slow, methodical pace. They really don't get a whole lot of shots off. They're in the bottom 10 in field goal attempts per game, 316th in field goals made. They're also averaging only 6 made three-pointers per contest, and they do tend to turn it over a bunch as well. Meanwhile, Bradley on the other side, well, they've allowed only 68 points a game for the entire year, top 35 in defensive field goal percentage. The Braves are limiting opposing schools to just 40% from the field. Now, Bradley saw unders in their last 5 straight, 8-2 to the under in their last 10. Meanwhile, George Mason on the other side with unders recently against Richmond and LaSalle. I like Bradley plus 6, under 132. Next game, Arkansas St. John's, 2:40 p.m. East. St. John's is -7, totals 144. St. John's is 31-4 on the year. Arkansas is 21-13. And the Razorbacks did cover the number in 7 out of their last 9. This team's doing a great job against the point spread recently. The Razorbacks are currently in the top 5 in the country in blocks per game on defense. Zvan Ivicic, he has 65 blocks on the year, averaging nearly double-digit points a game on offense. And Adu Tiero, he's scoring over 15.5 points a game himself, 54% from the field. And even though there's really nothing I can gripe about when it comes to St. John's, this is a very good basketball team. But there are a few problem areas on offense that could potentially keep this one close. Listen, we're talking about the point spread here, so we're basically seeing if Arkansas can keep this one close, keep it within several baskets. Now, for one, St. John's, they're getting a handful of their shots blocked per game. The Red Storm's actually 301st in blocked shots per contest. And when it comes to the 3-ball, well, the Johnnies are making only 30% of their attempts from outside the arc. They rank 336th in 3-balls made per game. Now, St. John's contest went 6-3 to the under in their last 9. Arkansas with unders against South Carolina, Auburn, and Texas A&M. I like Arkansas plus 7, under 144. Next matchup, Michigan, Texas A&M, 5:15 East. A&M's -2.5, totals 140 and a hook. Both teams physical and tough on the defensive end of the floor. The Aggies allowed just 68 points a game, top 25 in defensive boards. Meanwhile, Michigan on the other side, they're holding their opponents to just 40% shooting from the field. They allowed only 66 points a game in their last 4 outings. I like the under 140.5. Next contest, Drake, Texas Tech, 6:10 p.m. East. Texas Tech is -7, totals 127. Texas Tech 26-8 on the year, winners of 7 out of their last 10. The Red Raiders are averaging 81 points a game on offense, double-digit 3-balls per contest. Chance McMillian drills 43% of his long balls, 14 points a game. JT Toppin averages over 17.5 points per contest, 55% from the field. And they're facing a Drake team who failed to cover recently against Belmont, Missouri State, and Evansville. And on the offensive end, well, they're 327th in offensive boards per game. Drake saw overs against Missouri State, Evansville, and Illinois State. Meanwhile, Texas Tech 5-1 at the over in their last 6. Give me Texas Tech -7, over 127. Next game, Creighton, Auburn, 7:10 p.m. East. Auburn's -9, totals 151. And as good as Auburn's been, well, they have struggled a bit covering the point spread recently. They failed to cover in their last 5 straight, 2-7 against the spread in their last 9. And on the defensive end of the floor, the Tigers are putting just too many shooters to the line. They're in the bottom 20 in the nation in free throws allowed per game. And they're facing a Creighton school on the other side who got the W in 7 out of their last 9. Double-digit 3-balls a game for them. Ryan Kalkbrenner, he's averaging nearly 20 points a game, 8.5 rebounds per contest. And Stephen Ashworth scoring 16.5 points per contest himself, 93% from the foul line. Now, Creighton games went 7-3 to the over in their last 10. Auburn with overs against Alabama, Texas A&M, and Kentucky. I like Creighton +9 over 151. Next matchup, BYU-Wisconsin, 7:45 East. Wisconsin's -1, totals 155. Of course, both schools with little problems getting to the cup. Wisconsin averages 80 points a game, best free throw shooting school in the nation. John Tonje averages nearly 20 points a game, 91% from the foul line. And Stephen Crowell, he scores double-digit points a game himself, 41% from long range. BYU averages 80 points a game themselves, 11th in three balls made. Cougar games went 7-2 to the over in their last 9. Wisconsin with overs against Michigan State, UCLA, and Penn State. I like the over 155. Next contest, Gonzaga taking on Houston, 8:40 p.m. East. Houston's -5, totals 140. Of course, both schools making it very tough for opposing teams to get to the rack. Houston allows just 19 field goals a game on D. Gonzaga holds their opponents to just 29% from three land. 5 out of the Zags' last 9 did stay under the line, throwing out that Georgia game. Meanwhile, Houston contest went 8-2 to the under in their last 10. I like the under 140. And with that, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. UCLA taking on Tennessee. That'll be a 9:40 Eastern start. Tennessee's -4.5, totals 132 and a hook. The Vols are 28-7 on the year, winners of 8 out of their last 10. Tennessee gives up only 63 points a game, first in the country in guarding the 3-ball. Tennessee holds their competition at just 28% from outside the arc. Meanwhile, UCLA on the other side, well, they failed to cover the number recently against Wisconsin, Purdue, and Minnesota. The Bruins have also had a tough time underneath the basket. They're 305th in offensive boards per game. Now, 5 out of the Bruins' last 9 stayed under the line, throwing out that Wisconsin matchup. Meanwhile, Tennessee with unders recently against Auburn, Alabama, and LSU. Give me Tennessee -4.5, under 132 and a hook. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap. I like Chattanooga +3 over 150. Give me the over 143 in the McNeese-Purdue matchup. Bradley +6 under 132. Arkansas +7 under 144. I like the under 140.5 in that Michigan-Texas A&M matchup. Texas Tech -7 over 127. Creighton +9 over 151. I like the over 155 in that BYU-Wisconsin matchup. Give me the under 140 in the Gonzaga-Houston game. Give me Tennessee -4.5, under 132 and a hook. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. And if you do end up getting a membership here today on my premium site, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame, absolutely free. Going to be included with your membership. That's why I always tell folks that Gold Club package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. Gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. But most importantly, folks, gotta thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, folks, happy Saturday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium page.